see the golfers on the golf course back there. That there is to stop any stray balls from hitting the cars and people. That's why we put the golf course inside all the forestry, so they don't need to worry about balls coming over and hitting somebody in the head. People surmise that the trees are there just to cut off the golf course, which is basically true, but it's basically to stop them from getting sued when a golf ball comes over and hits someone. This is my second half of my journey since the other one cut off. This is again just going this way. That's an industrial estate back there. Cafes and that. It's no more much important. And just in case I say, this is the 8th of October. It's very, very bright and sunny. There's a cop car going by. Over here we call this an Indian summer, when the weather's nice enough. Because actually I don't need my big jacket on today. Auctioneers. There's not really much shops in that either. Pizza, hairdressers, well, barbers. Used to be a bingo hall. Pizza and a fish and finger shop. A fish and chip shop. Even a Premier, Lotus, what's that? Domino's and Snazzy's. And then we're going that way. We're going across the road to that way. I say about my videos in Newcastle, you can find some really nice old houses. This, I think that sign's 1860. I do not know if that means that was created when it was built. But I'm always impressed with the old houses. Same with the old buildings in Newcastle city centre. They've got such style to them. This is called Primrose Cottage. That's got a lot of style. Maybe not so easy to heat right enough. And this is us heading to New Biggin Hall now. That's down that way. So I'm possibly about 3/4 of my journey through. The other side of the industrial estate. Auctioneer house, wheel specialists, and automotive centre. And this one here is a co-op funeral care. This is where my first wife was taken after she passed away. And that was in the year 2000, so that's 25 years ago. That's the last place I saw her before she was buried. It's kind of worrying sometimes, look. I mean, I don't want to give anybody any ideas, you know, but you get people who consider themselves terrorists and you don't know what they're doing half the time. I'm not thinking about things they can blow up to disrupt the most. I don't want to kill people. We used to have Tolway Island back in the 70s, and they were always putting bombs in the city centre. They don't really want to kill people, they just want to interfere with commerce and stuff like that. But if they thought about it, if they put Well, actually, I won't follow that train of thought, but there's other places where they can disrupt more people rather than just in a city centre. There's St Mark's Church. I'm not really quite, modern churches they lack the style of the older ones. I'm really going to go down there and photo that one. Across the road anyway, but I'm not going to photo that one. There's no point. It's just probably built in the 60s. Maybe even later, earlier than that. So I'm not going to bother with that. I keep on pointing out industrial estates. There's one there again. Do the industrial estates build up before the houses? Well, obviously that one was there before the houses, because the houses were completed about maybe 10, 20 years ago. I was here when they were first being constructed. But the ones back there are from the 1920s, 1930s. And was this industrial estate here before that? No idea. But I'm not saying the modern buildings don't have style. But some of them do. In another 20, 30 years, that's going to be the best style we've got. You never know what's going to get torn down next and what's going to be replaced. This is relatively new estate as well. I'd say these are built in the 60s, just by the style. And just take a detour down here. This used to be a pub down here. Yeah, just a field now. Field there. Don't know what that is. Play park in the distance. There used to be a pub just behind this building here. And this house here I'm talking about. There used to be a pub on the far side of it. Even that's got a certain style. But it's, I think it's been redone since it was completely built. I mean, that's that house just there. That's nice for you to have trees. And there's another wee adventure park out there. It's a very, very small one. All these things I see on this, these things are just my opinions, they're not facts, basically, unless I've showed you a plaque or something. Everything else is just my opinion on the buildings and the rest of it. They're no official in any way. Make up your own mind. Up ahead, Family Hub. I think somebody took the swings down from there. Or was it a zip wire? The vandals kind of spoil things for a lot of people. And that's it there. Garfield Family Hub. Free Wi-Fi. This doesn't say free coffee, this says free Wi-Fi. But it's just one of these places that's built up because in order you have a community these days, you've got to be able to pay to these wee clubs. Things used to be free when I was a kid, then they started charging. Even I find the trees interesting for the age. You can imagine how old that tree is. That's a care home, I think. Old folks. It might not be, maybe there's a gated community. We don't usually have them in this area. I know we have some gated communities in Glasgow, or just outside Glasgow. Yeah. Pause this to across the road. It's a specialist care in elderly care. And there's a shop, a small shopping centre over there. When I first came in here 30 odd years ago, this stuff was not here. Again, no style, just prefabs quickly built for shops. And that's a doctor's surgery as well, just over there. It's a shop bar, Bunty's chip shop, hair and beauty lounge, a chemist, and a Heron's frozen food shop. I suppose that's all you need locally. No butchers or anywhere you can buy fresh food. Well, I suppose even in the frozen food place they do sell some frozen food, fresh food, but not as good as a butcher's used to do, or a fruiter's used to do, or a grocer's. And contrary to what Donald Trump thinks, he did not invent the word groceries. Groceries. Anyway, I'm switching it off now to go through here. Well, all through the shops. There's not much to see in them. This is a brand new estate, just finished maybe 3 years ago. They were actually finishing that off earlier this year, so it's not even 3 years old. All the houses got solar panels on top. Okay, I'm almost at the end of my journey now. This is New Biggin Hall Estate. We're going to go down that way. We're going to go down that way, but you can see the view if you're here. That tree there is it's gone in for winter, putting his winter coat on. Okay, I've got to go down this way. I'm just going to stop the video here because obviously I'm going to tell you where my mum lives. So this is 94. I'll just stop on here. So you can see the view in the distance. Actually that leads up to Newcastle Airport that way. Okay, talk to you later, enjoy your day.